Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you.
What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grab some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Tuesday morning here inside the studio. A lot of off-season additions over there at the University of Texas. Arguably none more name-worthy and none more noteworthy than wide receiver Cam Coleman, the former Auburn Tiger, former five-star wide receiver. I'll never forget A.J. Harris when he was a five-star defensive back. I remember watching him at Phoenix City and him telling me, hey, you just wait until you see this Cam Coleman kid. At the time, I think he was a sophomore. He said he's going to be the best wide receiver in all of college football when he gets there. At times, it seems like, damn, A.J. Harris knew what he was talking about, because there are moments where Cam Coleman makes plays that I don't think any other human on the planet at times can make at the wide receiver position. Super excited to do this with you guys today. Also very excited to see what Steve Sarkisian does with this talented football player. I know what Hugh Freeze did. Hugh Freeze ran him in a vertical facet a lot, and that's about that. We ran some slants. We ran some goes. We ran some comebacks. But we have not really ran the full tree. We've not really been asked to run the full tree. Now, my question, Jonathan, is that because Hugh Freeze don't know how to run the full tree? Because he did the same thing with Eric Singleton. Or do we not know how to run the full tree? Can we not do that? I know Eric Singleton can, because I've seen him do it with Buster Faulkner at Georgia Tech and whatnot. And I know he's a great route specialist. I don't know if Cam is. I don't know if Cam needs to be. I don't know if he needs to be. I think we can get this guy to 120 yards a game just throwing him 7 verticals. Like, he's that good with the ball in the air. Super excited to do this with you guys today. Got a couple of rules around here, okay? If you learned anything about the game of football today, you must subscribe. If you learned anything about your favorite football team today, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. All right, now, Jonathan, so there is a level of conversation that needs to be had about every wide receiver. Okay, if you're great at the catch point, meaning like some people say you're a great 50-50 ball guy, I call that the catch point. When the ball gets there, we're great at that point, right? I think when we're great there, we're always going to be great on the college level, okay? What we have to be great at when we get to the next level, that Sunday league, if we're going to be like a known dude at that level, we got to be able to route people up. We got to be able to create separation, okay? In college, not so much. Your leaping ability is the separation, is what I'm getting at, right? So N'Keal Harry's always going to be great in college football, right? Who is my man from Alshon Jeffrey? He's always going to be great in college football, okay? A.J. Brown, always going to be great in college football. But if we can't consistently separate on Sunday, we might not get the rock all the time, okay? So that's kind of where I need to find out if Cam Coleman is going to be one of those. I know he's going to be great at Texas, even if we're never a great route runner. Does that make sense? Okay, I think we got that. All right. But here's what I'm talking about. He's down here on the bottom of your screen, okay? Guys, when I watch players on all 22 from an individual standpoint, I always find more flaws than I do come away leaving just, oh, he's a perfect player, okay? Because we're isolated in on this guy. Whereas if we watch a TV copy and you watch the highlights of Cam Coleman, you're going to think he's God's gift to wide receiver play, because the highlights are great. But we're going to watch him on a down-to-down basis today, so it might sound like I'm a little hypercritical. That's what we're here to do. We're here to coach them up, okay? So watch this at the top of this route down here at the bottom of your screen, okay? We're running, whether you want to call this a comeback or a curl, I don't give a shit. We're working 15 yards back down to 12 into this zone grass area we have right here. You see that, Jonathan? All right, but here's my question. If we just snapped this route off and worked back down the stem, we'd create some separation. What is our tendency to initiate contact? Okay, we do this a lot at wide receiver, does Cam, okay? Get to the top of our route, we can just run our route and break it off and create separation ourselves, but for some reason, we feel like we have to put hands on. We put hands on a lot as a wide receiver, okay? Did you notice how we initiated contact there? I don't know a lot of great wide receivers that are the ones initiating contact in routes, okay? You ever see Justin Jefferson run a dig and put his hands on a corner? No. You ever seen Randy Moss? Not Randy Moss. You ever seen Jerry Rice run a comeback and put his hands on the corner and push off? No. We got to stop our weight and get out of the break. That's what we're there to do. Come on. No need to put our hands on right there, all right? Other thing here, Jonathan, okay, he's down here on the bottom of your screen again. He's impossible to miss, by the way, today, guys. I shouldn't have to circle him too much, okay? I think there's some body lean here. We got mirrored concepts. We love Auburn Hugh Freeze football, by the way. RPO, double slants. We got an RPO in here. We got a slant up at the top for Eric. We got a slant down here at the bottom for Cam Coleman. I understand as a quarterback why we're working to Eric Singleton. We're working to Eric Singleton's side A because he's a more route specialist, going to create a little bit more space on a down-and-out basis. But more importantly, he's to the short side. A lot easier to throw that slant than this slant, okay? A lot less air yards to travel. All right, but watch here down here at the bottom. I think we got a little bit of a lean to ourselves prior to our slant break right here. I think we're leaning outwards and giving away that inward break. I think Martell Height, that is right there, number 3, or whoever that is from Vandy. I think he's got us covered pretty well, okay? Whereas up at the top, there's real no indication from Singleton that we're breaking inwards until we hit that step right there, and now we're breaking inwards. Do you see our body lean down here on the bottom, Jonathan? We got a little bit of an inward lean here. All right, now, that dude at the top's 5'11". This dude down here is 6'4". Okay? Harder to control our body when we're that much bigger is what I'm trying to get at. Now, I will say this, super sure-handed. I don't know a lot of drops from this guy. All right, it's a good dig route from him at the top of your screen. Okay, I think we move our weight pretty well right there. All right, no drift when we come out of the break. All right, what do I mean by that? We break this off at 12, right? We want to be flat when we break this. We want to remain at 12. If anything, get negative back towards the football. We don't want to float out of the break, all right, and continue to run towards defenders. All right, we break nice and flat off of that dig route. Now, my question to you, Jonathan, when we go to the tight here, is there an opportunity for us to pluck this football like this and run, or did we have to go to the ground here? I know we're losing the nose just a tad bit, but are we allowed to catch that ball at our waist and keep running, or did we have to go down?
What's the down and distance?
Oh, I like your question there. It is 2nd and 7.
Okay.
It's kind of a mediocre down. It's no different than 1st and 10 in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, looked like he was really just trying to make sure he caught the
Right?
ball. So kind of hard to criticize that, but maybe an opportunity for us to keep running a little bit.
I'm just saying, you want to become a first-round draft pick to an all-pro, that's what I want to see. I want to see instead of diving, we go from we're expecting that ball like this, right? We go from expecting that ball like that to a quick transition, boom, pinkies down, we pluck it, pick it up, continue to run. All right? That's how we go from a super freak to a supernova. We'll take the first down though. Now, okay, hypercritical, very hypercritical. I do think we are a little bit slow out of our stance. I think we false step. I think we rock just a little bit too much because, again, we are 6'4". All right, I think we're a 20 to 40 guy, not a 0 to 20 guy, and that's okay. All right, we just have to know this as a football coach that paid $3.5 million or whatever the number was. All right, but watch this, okay? As we get in and out of our stance, all right, that's a tight end down here, by the way. It's a tight end down here, by the way, who I think gets the first 3 better than us. What would you say, Jonathan? Now, he's quicker off the ball, but I'm being hypercritical. Being a jackass is what I'm being. The guy's great. All right, here's another one of these clips. We're up here at the top. Just very confused why we feel the need constantly to initiate contact. Okay, we're always the first one to initiate contact in these route trees, okay? That's a better job getting out of our stance, though. I'm going to tell you that right there. That's a much better job getting out of our stance. Now, here at the top of this. Why? Why put hands on right there? Just break the route off. Come back towards the quarterback. Us initiating contact. Now, I understand he's got good leverage. You know what I mean? Does the safety right there. He's going to make us run into him anyways, or the corner rather. But I don't feel the need to do all the extra hands-on stuff that we do at the top of our routes sometimes. All right, now this I didn't love. All right. Okay, I didn't love this. We're a crack player right here, Jonathan. They're trying to run this screen out here to Singleton. We've got to pick up the most dangerous man. Okay, that looks like contact avoidance to me. It's like contact avoidance. I am not here for. I mean, hell, you look like a corner turning and bumping and running right now. You look like you trying to man up with him running down the sideline. No, dog. We got to set an edge right here. God forbid this ball gets completed. We're going to get him killed. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick break to give a big-time shout-out to our friends over at Sleeper, our premier sponsor on the year, and they're doing a great job. The #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. Over on Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewarded together. Use promo code Brooks today over on Sleeper and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Again, promo code Brooks on Sleeper gets you 100% deposit match today up to $100. Sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. I want to give you a quick tutorial of how friendly and how easy it is over there on Sleeper today. We're going to scroll over to the college football tabs at the top right there, and then you can see we've got all the quarterbacks ready for their pass yardage with their total yardages set. We've got rushing yardages for both quarterbacks and running backs, receiving yards, all that good stuff, passing touchdowns. And here's what I am looking at today, guys. Looks really, really juicy. Jamal Haynes, half a touchdown total in this matchup this weekend against Oklahoma. Come on, guys. One place to be this year, Sleeper. Promo code Brooks. We appreciate those guys. By the way, we're 36 plays in and we've caught a dig. I think we go for 140 in this game. So, hey, it does not take a lot. You know what I mean? That's the thing about him. And so I got caught up on social media. People were like, I compared him. I said, Auburn used him and he plays right now like Alshon Jeffrey. Can he be A.J. Green? And everybody's like, are you saying Alshon Jeffrey wasn't good? No, Alshon Jeffrey was great in college. Alshon Jeffrey had a year where he had 1,500 yards. You can be a specimen that just runs vertically. It doesn't really matter. All I'm trying to explain to you is that A.J. Green was an 8-time All-Pro. Alshon Jeffrey was an all-time great college player. Do we understand the difference? Okay, we understand the difference. Got great hands. I think there's no doubt about that, right? I think we have another dig. Yeah, we have another square in dig, whatever you want to call it. That last dig, Jonathan, was 12 up to 14. This is 8 up to 10. You see where our break starts, okay? We're going to start this one a little bit sooner in terms of our break. We get in out of it. We don't drift again, all right? And we pluck that football really, really well. I think we got good, solid hands. Look at it here from the tight. Yeah, we tracked that sucker right in with our eyes. I would say he's decent after the catch. You're not going to see a ton of yak, okay? By the way, this is back-to-back targets and back-to-back grabs for him, basically doing the same thing. We ran a slant. Now we run a little square in, or rather we ran a dig. Now we run a little square in. Just be a big body target. Go get the rock. Very sure-handed. But if you're like a Texas fan, just know that like all the screen stuff still Wingo's department. Okay, he should be. He's tremendous after the catch. But hey, now when we're in the red zone and it's 3rd and 6 and we need a slant to get space, Then we don't have to worry about Wingo maybe dropping it. Now we just throw it over to Cam Coleman. You know what I mean? So some of these things get much, much easier for us as an offense. Wingo had some drop problems last year. All right. So he had back-to-back plays where they get him the football, right, Jonathan? All right, this is what you pay an X for. Do you see this right here? This is called attention. That's what that's called. Do you know what happens when you do this as a defense? We're going to complete it anyways because we're running an out route to the sideline. But even if you want to bracket him, even if you want to drop a DB up underneath him when we're 3-by-1, you're playing 9 on 10 now. And I hope you know that. You're playing 9 on 10 now. And you might be able to play 9 on 10 against Auburn. You're not going to be able to play 9 on 10 against Texas. Okay? We were watching Eastbound and Down, Smokey and the Bandit the other day. You know that first scene, Jonathan, where he kicks him in the butt and he says, now that's an attention getter. That's what this is. An X receiver that's this dominant, catches two balls in a row. Hey, 25-yard chunks just happened to us. Attention getter. We got to give him some attention. And now we're playing 9 on 10. Can't play 9 on 10. Can't. Oh, I'm shocked they found a zone window over here on the big side, huh? You know what I mean? He is the best wide receiver in college football at this. I don't think there's any question in my mind or a doubt. Like, I think Jeremiah Smith is a great all-around wide receiver. But if you told me, hey, Brooksy, you got one guy. We're going to have a perfect ball. Don't you worry about that. It's going to be a perfect ball. It's going to be up in the air. Go get it. Who's it got? It's Cam Coleman every single time for me. Now, I don't think this one gets completed. I think our toe's out of bounds. But, my God, you can see the level of athleticism and leaping ability that we have as a wide receiver. Arch and Cam should be doing this. I mean, the moment he signed his contract, we should be spending, 15 passes a day on this. Because God forbid, like it would be an automatic convert for me. It would be an automatic convert for me. 1st and 10, you want to play bump and run over there, you're dead. Every single time. No matter what it was, it would be an automatic situation. At any point, they've got bump and run on Cam, we've got a back shoulder opportunity. Because it's a 80% rate. Like if we do it right, if we execute it at a high rate, nobody really stops this. My first thought when I saw this was, I'm surprised Mark Cuban in Indiana didn't say, what do you need? Yeah. You know? Because they are an elite back shoulder vertical football team off the RPO structure. And pairing this with Charlie Beckert would be very good. I mean, shit, Jonathan, I felt like they won a national title off of inside zone and back shoulder RPOs.
Yeah, pretty much.
And elite ball placement from the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Elite. Okay, so we started to get on top. Okay, we started to run by these guys a little bit. We just ran by this corner and got on top of them with a vertical, right? Now what's he sold on? He's sold on that vertical. If you see that body lean right there, we are worried that we are about to get ran by. And we're not. We're getting broke off on the dig. Okay, so I do feel like there has to be a threaten, or corners have to be threatened a little bit by this guy first. Worry about giving up that 50-yard explosive. And then maybe we don't have to get so handsy on these underneath the intermediate routes. Didn't have to touch him there, did we? Because he 4 yards running past me because he's worried. All right, we got to worry him just a tad bit. Yeah, this is one of those things where, again, I don't think he's like one of one special in the yak department. I think we still have to make that Ryan Wingo's game. I don't think this is his bag. They throw him a now screen right here. Yeah. All right, I don't think this is his bag. We've got, 5 or 6 yards between us and the next defender. All right, and we're at the 23? We get tackled at the 23. Okay, hey, big, long, physical frame. We got to know what it is. That's on the coordinator, in my opinion. Why aren't those guys switched? Why is a Singleton running that? You know what I mean? Why aren't you the one pushing vertically into the seam structure? So I don't think we're a yak guy. That's okay. We don't have to be. You know what I mean? I even said like the A.J. Green, Alshon Jeffrey thing. Neither yak guys. You know what I mean? None of them ever known for, oh my God, he caught a 5-yard slant and took it 75. That's not what I need. I need all the other stuff that we're ready for. Especially at Texas. I mean, we got Raleek Brown too. We ain't even talked about that. We ain't even shown y'all that. That is one of the best jitterbugs we got in college football. I got to improve my whistling, Jonathan. But again, man, 90% of the time, he is the player to initiate contact in his route tree. And it's just very interesting to me. Now, I understand what we're doing there. That guy's squatting the sticks. Is Martell Heights a really good job by the corner in general, all right? But I keep showing you these reps because I know it's a known thing in this conference, all right? I know that defensive coordinators talk about it. I know that they tell referees before the game, hey, number 8's about to mug the shit out of my corners for 4 quarters. Just letting y'all know. Don't be afraid to call an OPI today. There are some known things about the physicality with which he plays with. But you throw 7 of these a game, he's going to catch 5 of them, and he's going to put up 100. All right? He's going to put up a bill every single time because, well, you know, we can do that. It's almost a busted play right here. It's an RPO. Ashton Daniels decides to pull the football, okay? We got guys running all kinds of down the field. Corner thinks it's a run so much that he's committed himself to the box, all right? We have to flick it up because it's an RPO. We're getting hit in our face. And now we basically got a jump ball opportunity for number 8 versus number 4. He's going to win those. I don't know of a corner not named Dejon Lee that's going to win a jump ball against Cam Coleman, okay? And the only reason Dejon's going to do it is because he's the only one in the world bigger than him. And he really starts to heat up right here, okay, in this late fourth quarter of this football game. All right. Here would be my thing for Cam. You are a much better football player than this guy I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to ask you to watch somebody who is lesser talented than you. I would watch Kobe Young after the catch. I would watch these bigger, more physical wide receivers and see what they do. Because I wouldn't be starting and stopping. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be, making guys miss. Nope. I'd be running through arm tackles. I'm 6'4", 215 pounds. The guy trying to tackle me is 5'11", 195. I'm gonna assert my will. Okay, I'm gonna be a power forward out here in space. I'm not gonna be a point guard trying to make guys miss. I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go. Be physical. It's like the old, you're a big basketball guy. You know, I hate when post players go up, grab a rebound, and then they want to come back down and put that shit on the floor. No! Go right back up. Same thing with a big wide receiver. I want to see none of that. Go right back. Go right back at him. Go physical. Let's go. Like this. Like this. No subtle moves. No starts and stops. We're back on a dig. Watch us pluck this sucker. Boom. Had to get up a little bit. That's fine. When our feet come back down, get north and south right now. One little subtle movement and then go. That's what we need. We do not need starts and stops. We need one cut, go. We're big. We're physical. We're a massive human that's hard to tackle. Let's remain that way. One little subtle. Now north and south. Boom. This note right here says, does it matter if you can't run the tree? Right? Does it really matter if we can't fully run the tree? We create no separation right here. You know what I mean? That corner all over that double move, wasn't he? I mean, he rode the slant, and they had to go. There goes the slant. Boom, we broke on that. All right, flip the hips on the go. We're right here in the pocket. In fact, we're on top. All right, we are in perfect phase right now as a corner, and we're going to lose our ass because that guy's an avatar. All right, so again, I do think this guy is a football player that doesn't create a ton of natural space, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, look at this. This guy's Martell's doing a great job. It's tremendous coverage. Put us back in 2. It's tremendous coverage, but it doesn't matter. All right, the guy's an avatar. He's great in these situations. Again, if I give him 7 of those opportunities, I feel like odds are we're going to win 5 of them, and we're going to have 100 yards already. I mean, it's completely unfair. The very next play, they decide, all right, well, hey, they got no situation. It's a 2-point conversion situation. They're in man coverage. Okay, you're dumb. Boom, doink, touchdown. You know what I mean? 2-point conversion. Thoughts, Jonathan?
I mean, yeah, I've always thought he's a great player. Oh, my bad. I've always thought he's a great player. I like Cam Coleman, and I'm excited to see what he does in the Texas offense because it will be different than what he was doing in the Auburn offense.
And look, here's the deal. A lot of deep overs, a lot of high posts, like maybe mix a corner in over there, but it's not like he's going to be, running major, they're not going to ask him to be Justin Jefferson out there at Texas. There's a lot of play action, deep concepts where he can get into that build speed aspect and be a 6'4", great high point football player 45 yards downfield against the safety. You know what I mean? So there's tremendous opportunity out there at Texas for him. Hit that thumbs up button. Love you. Bye.